queens, it's your girl Jazz back with another mother. Let me not curse. It's not early, but it's not needed. What's up? How y'all doing? I'm back with another video. I know this is way long overdue. It's been a while. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say a lot has been happening because, okay, I'll say emotionally a lot has been happening. I've been trying to get my life together, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all as I'm driving. I know y'all could barely see me, but it's okay. I'm about to go to the park right now, as we speak, right now. It's been a long time since I made a video. As I said, a lot has been happening emotionally. So like, I've been trying to like get my mind right before I come back on this platform and talk to y'all, because as I said, I like to talk to y'all about the stuff that I'm going through so that I can kind of give y'all like, you know, little like tips and stuff here and there in case y'all have been going through the same stuff. I feel like right now everybody pretty much is going through the same thing. We're all having like a tower moment. If you don't know what that is, the tower card is a tarot card in the deck that like represents a lot of shit just like breaking down but then building back up, hence the tower metaphor. At least that's how I like to think of it. I've been having a huge tower moment. A lot of stuff has been changing. I don't want to say too much because I kind of want to keep that part of me private. You know what? I'm gonna just talk to y'all when I get to the fucking park because my phone keeps dropping. It's not that serious. I could dead wait, guys. I'm literally like around the corner. Like I'm literally turning to the park right now. So give me a second. Let me find parking and then I'm gonna talk to y'all. All right, guys. So yeah, as I was saying, it's not like I don't like documenting my life, because granted, if I want to be a YouTuber or a content creator, I have to broadcast at least some part of my life, right? But it's like certain things I'm choosing now to like keep to myself, only because like I owe myself that boundary to respect. Like I need to have at least some type of privacy. I realize I'm very open, like I'm a very open book. So it's very easy for me to just like spill everything, every little detail about me, and not give people like a chance to like really get to know me. Like I realized that like I kind of just be talking, and granted sometimes some things need to be said, but it's like not all the time. Certain things are better left unsaid. I'm learning that more and more now. But yeah, a lot has been happening mentally and emotionally due to like physical changes that's happening in my life. Pretty much like my career, my plans on what I want to do with my life. Granted, I feel like I'm always having like an existential crisis like every couple of months. I don't know, but I feel like it's because the things that I'm choosing aren't actually what's aligning for me. Or granted, the things that I'm choosing that do align with me, I'm not doing them in the way that I should be. To be honest, I'm trying to like step in those things in a different way. Like I realized my perspective on them were very money hungry, or like out of like disparity. Is that the word? Desperateness? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I was doing it as if I needed to do it. Like there was no other choice. Like I didn't have any other option. Or like this needed to be the thing. Like it needed to happen now. Like instead of just enjoying going with the flow. Like granted, I have these YouTube videos up already. And I myself, sometimes I go back and like, you know, I watch my own videos, because sometimes you need to hear yourself say certain things so you can catch yourself. Like, and granted, that was the reason why I wanted to start these videos, because it's like I'm basically doing this because I wanted to keep track of my growth and I wanted to keep myself accountable. That was my whole purpose, right? With my channel, period, and the content that I put out. At least like when it comes to like mental health and spirituality. But I lost sight of that. And that's like the whole point of me even making this video now. Like I say this to say my purpose has definitely not necessarily changed, I want to say. Because the purpose was still always there. It's just I was going about it in the wrong ways. And I feel like that's why every couple of months or so, or even every couple of weeks, I have these existential crises like, oh my God, I'm changing everything over, starting from scratch again, because it's like you were on the right path, you was doing good, and then you got distracted. So now it's like I'm at this point where I'm just deciding to do everything that I want to do out of love. Like if I love to do it, then I'm gonna do it. And that's just that. Like, and that goes for people, that goes for places, situations, hobbies, careers, whatever the case may be. Every single day, I'm trying to continuously make the conscious decision to choose things out of love, or choose to do things out of my heart space instead of my head space, because that's ego. That's not necessarily my higher self. The way that I'm going about things is not necessarily the way that my higher self would approve of, and hence that's why I keep having these fucking tower moments, because spirit is like, girl, I think we need to go back to the drawing board. Like, you got the right idea, just going about it the wrong way. I'm deciding that there's going to be a lot more changes, especially with my channel and my content, how I make my content, what I post on anything else, my intake on social media. I'm going back to music again. I'll tell you guys that. I have another business venture that I'm in the process of finalizing on top of a separate business venture that I need to go back to. But for the most part, I'm gonna be dipping back into my passions again. Like, change is inevitable. That is the theme right now, change. And I realize that it's always around March that I have these big moments, or that I have these like epic evolutions, or revolutions, I should say. Last year, it was the same thing for me too. Last year around this time, I believe I was doing my shadow work challenge, the 30-day shadow work challenge. It will be somewhere on the screen. If you guys haven't watched that video, please go watch it. It is so refreshing to watch, because it's like all of those questions really did help me. Like, again, even though I haven't made 100 steps, I made 5, and I feel like even in my journey, I feel like any type of progress is progress. And that's why I also say change is inevitable, because it doesn't matter how much steps you're taking, you're still changing. Like, regardless of what, that change is still going to happen, even if it takes a little longer. So it's gonna happen regardless. Whatever you're doing right now in this present moment is going to affect your future. And like, if you think about it this way, it's like a pyramid scheme. Step A will lead you to step B, and step B will lead you to step C. But if you choose to do A, then it'll lead you to D instead of B. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of have to like think about it like, there's different life paths, right? There's different realities that you will align yourself with depending on the choices you make in the present. And that's why it's so important to make conscious decisions on what you're doing now, because it'll affect your future. And that's why I'm choosing to do everything that I do now from a place of love, because I want nothing but love in the future. But think about it like this. You decide that there's a fork in the road, right? There's 2 paths that you can go to. You choose to go to the right. The right lane will lead you to fairyland. The left lane will lead you to Candyland, right? You decide to go to Fairyland. You go to Fairyland, now there's another 2 decisions to make, right? One decision is unicorns, one decision is dragons, right? Say the other one is dragons. You decide that you're gonna go to the dragons, but you would have never gotten to the dragon lane if you would have gone to Candyland. Like, you would have been in a whole different reality. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I know this sounds mad crazy, but I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. Whatever you choose to do in this current moment will affect whatever reality you see yourself in down the line. And that is why it's so important to make sure that whatever you're doing right now is something that is going to bring you joy. And I'm not saying just to go out and do a whole bunch of good deeds just so you can reap the benefits, because universe will see that, and that's not actually acting out of love. That's acting out of selfishness, because you're only thinking about yourself at that point. You're not doing it because you love it. You're just doing it because, oh, I think this will give me good shit later on. No, that's not what I'm saying to do. Whatever makes you happy, that's what I'm saying to do. Even if it makes a whole bunch of other people upset, even if it leaves you feeling a little uncertain about what the consequence will be, I promise you, if you are acting out of love, you don't have to worry about anything else, because you will literally attract nothing but love and happiness. If you are acting out of happiness, something that makes you happy, you will attract nothing but happiness. So you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to be good if you make this decision. You know what I mean? I'm going to use YouTubers as an example, because it's mainly YouTubers that you see doing this, that at least documenting it. This is why you see a whole bunch of people just like taking up everything that they own their whole lives, packing up and then driving or flying to a whole nother state, whole nother country with no fucking game plan. Like, because they're doing it out of love. They know that if they're acting out of what will make them happy, whatever their reason may be for moving, clearly wherever they were, their current situation was not serving them or not making them happy. And so they decided, you know, I need a change. And if I want my future to be happy, if I want my future to be nothing but reflecting love back to me, I need to then put it out. And so, again, change is inevitable. You cannot help but adapt to your situations and to your surroundings. And this is why I'm so glad that I made the previous episode based off of Bruce Lee's quote, which was the part that I'm speaking about specifically, where he says, you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle, and so on and so forth. You have to adapt to your situations and to your surroundings, right? So that means even if it's something uncomfortable, you still have to do it regardless, because you know that in the end it'll give you something that's better, right? Even if that might mean changing your outlook on life, changing your housing situation, changing your job, changing your career path, you know that regardless of what, you have to adapt to your new reality. Imagine the cup is you being a YouTuber. You know for a fact that you're gonna have to put in time. You're gonna have to now adapt to a YouTuber schedule. You have to now let go and act as if this is your manifestation, then you have to act as if you are a YouTuber. Regardless of what my point is, there's going to be things that you have to do in order to get to where you need to be. That is why change is inevitable. You will not go anywhere in stagnancy. If you are just staying the same, you are going to be the same. You cannot expect, I think there was I can't remember who said it, but this is the quote for today's video. When I find it, I will put it somewhere on the bottom of the screen, but I heard this in like middle school, and I swear to God, like it stuck with me like still to this day. Insanity is expecting a different result from doing the exact same thing every single time. You cannot expect something to be different if you're doing the exact same thing. And it's crazy because I was just talking to my best friend about this. We were talking about how like people's first instincts when something goes wrong is to try harder instead of trying something different. That's crazy to me. It clearly didn't work the first time. Why are you going to force it? Don't force, you just have to adapt. You've seen that this didn't work out, so you don't keep trying and doing it harder. You just try something else. And so that is why change is inevitable. You literally cannot do anything better than what you have been doing, or get anything better than what you have by doing the exact same thing. But I'm not gonna babble for long. I kind of just wanted to give y'all a little update, kind of just give out a little push, a little encouragement, because I know that I needed it myself. And I kind of had a conversation with my little brother today that sparked this conversation. We kind of said something to him that I needed to tell myself as well. Like, you kind of have to change your surroundings, change your actions, change your mindset, change your heart in order to get exactly what you want. So I hope that this helped you guys. Make sure you guys are drinking water. Make sure you guys ate today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, click the bell for post notifications. Join the fam, join the jungle if you have not already. And if you have already, then you already know what it is. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wonderful evening, afternoon, whichever time you're seeing this. I know this sounds mad cliche, but just do what makes you happy, and I promise you, you will not fail. I will see you guys in the next video.